Hi guys. So I would like to share my thoughts about another super inspirational video I watched today. It was actually an interview that Elena Bensonoff from Wholistic shared with a lady called Jessica, who has her own company called SimplyBe. And the interview was called The Power of Conscious Authenticity, and it's been super inspirational. I link it below. I highly recommend to watch this video. It's really incredible, and both these ladies have wonderful energy, beautiful light workers, and you just smile all the way through it because it's just so highly vibrational. It's beautiful how two beautiful women can interact and share their love and light with the world. So what I wanted to share, it's some of my thoughts about what they talk about and how it impacted me. And actually, pretty much everything they spoken resonates with astrology. And if you guys watched the video I shared from my teacher about the energies for 2023 and how the planetary changes and everything that's upcoming in the next month will be impacting us from the evolutionary astrology point of view, it really resonates with what Elena and Jessica were discussing in this interview and what they shared. So being entering the age of Aquarius and living Aquarian kind of life is practically being authentic. So Aquarius is all about liberation and individuation that leads to authenticity, to be fully in our true essence and showing the world who we are. Opposition of Aquarius is Leo, to shine our colors and show our creative self-expression and be able to self-validate, not needing the validation from the world and follow somebody else's rules. And what Elena and Jessica are touching on is mostly the divine feminine that's stepping forward to show the world like this beautiful female energy full of receptivity, because we've lived in a male dominated world, and there's been this huge imbalance created between divine feminine and divine masculine, where women had to embody more of the divine masculine, and the pure essence of divine feminine and masculine have been not fully lost, but it needs a lot of healing. And a lot of women in past decades, they had to step up into the masculine role, and it's the constant doing and taking a role of a man in many cases. A lot of women are single mothers, and it's a lot of responsibility, and we forgot how to just be, how to enjoy. I know from the background I come from, and it's one of the traumas and limiting beliefs I still am working on healing on, whereas the value of someone is looked at as what you can do, not who you are. It's like just being is not good enough. And I know even a lot of men have this idea that woman has to be independent and ambitious and have everything her own, which is fine, but it's not who we are, it's what we do, and what we do doesn't necessarily reflect our value. It doesn't reflect who we really are. And I know a lot of us are struggling with that, men or women, that we think we have to do more and we have to have more and be able to show the world what we worth, whereas our true value is actually in who we are, in being who we are, and living the life of joy. And that's pretty much what the ladies in the interview agreed on. Then if you find your true essence, and if you discover who you are authentically, yourself, not trying to meet some social expectations or live by somebody else's standards, but when we actually come to the place when we are unapologetically authentic and actually living the life in accordance with our true essence, it brings us joy. And the more joy we feel, and then the more we do what we actually really love and what we enjoy, everything else follows. Like there are so many people doing jobs that they do it because it pays money, but they're really unhappy. Even successful people that have a lot of lot of money and a lot of recognition, they're not necessarily happy, because there has to be a balance between doing things for survival and for self-preservation, but actually being able to do things that we really love and enjoy. And when what we do, what we love doing and what brings us a joy actually becomes our vocation, our purpose, then the joy is part of it. And we came to this planet to actually experience joy and pleasure. And that's actually one thing that this lady Jessica is sharing, and it's really, really impactful. She says that it's something that's been said to her, and I'm just going to repeat what she's saying. This is hers. And when she said that you have to love your pleasure more than you love your suffering, and it's so true, because we are so attached to our suffering based on past experiences and our parents' experiences, and we sometimes afraid to do what we love and what we enjoy, because it's like kind of sinful, isn't it? It's the Virgo Pisces axis that our ancestors were struggling with, this Catholic Church upbringing, that life has to be about suffering and sacrifice and service to others. And of course, we all want to help each other and be of a service to others and humanity, but from a place of love, from a place of giving, not from a place of being obliged or feeling guilty or ashamed or any of these things, feeling an obligation. And I know there is a lot of letting go that is asking, we are being asked to let go. And from the astrology point of view, this is perfectly resonating, because there is so much that we have to release and purge in order to make a space for something new to come in. So that's why it's very difficult, even if people try to use affirmation and all sorts of techniques to improve the quality of their life. If they're just trying to, it's kind of like putting a plaster. It's just putting a plaster. If they try to integrate these new things without purging the old, without letting go of the old, it's not going to stick, because our programming, our subconscious is running the show. 95% of the day we running on subconscious. Our subconscious mind dictates our experience. So it's about becoming conscious. But when we actually heal and let go of the things that don't serve us anymore, letting go of this attachment, which is this Pluto archetype, and is the Pluto in Capricorn, letting go of the old structures, redefining our reality, then we're making space for the new to come in. And that's the Aquarius, the Pluto in Aquarius. It's going to bring a time, 20 years of opportunities for complete transformation and individuation. It will be we will be entering a world where people no longer want to follow some consensus definition of reality and do what always been done, what our parents or grandparents have been doing, just because that's tried and tested and brings us a sense of comfort. People are more and more feeling the need for doing what they really love, to actually find a sense of purpose. And that's this Neptune going through the sign of Pisces for the past 12 years. That's what it's inviting us to do. It's dissolving, decaying everything that doesn't give us a sense of purpose anymore. And again, it brings us a full circle to living a life of joy. We didn't come here to suffer. I mean, yes, we have to go through all sorts of experiences that give us the contrast, that allow us to see the polarity and to allow us to experience what we don't want. So obviously being on planet Earth is the school of life, isn't it? Literally school of life. And it gives us the opportunity to going through different experiences. We see what works for us, what we like, what we don't like, what we enjoy, what we don't enjoy. But the bottom of it is that we came here to enjoy life, to experience life, and everything that life has to offer, good and the bad. And we're not gonna get like a golden medal for who suffered the most. When we come to the end of the life, nobody's gonna reward us for like, okay, you suffered enough, so you're gonna get rewarded. This is the Pisces age archetype, the martyrdom and the suffering and the sacrifice, the definition of a church that we've been indoctrinated that this is how it is and this is what has to be done in order for us to go to heaven. There's no such thing. Heaven and earth exist here within us. It's in our state of mind, it's in our perception of reality. It's the Sagittarius archetype, the lens through which we perceive our reality, because our reality is our own creation. It's a projection of our inner world into the outer space. So again, this all brings us to the point of what brings you joy? What are your values? Now with Jupiter entering Taurus in May, after this North Node and Uranus have been doing a good job helping us to redefine what is important to us, to actually find out what matters and what holds value in our life. And once Jupiter enters the sign of Taurus in May, it will give us the opportunity to actually start creating it, to actually bring us more of that which we value. And may it be something full of joy, because why would we want to live a life of suffering? Why would we want to spend I don't know how many decades on this planet and just go through experiences which makes us unhappy? And that's why I find this interview so inspiring, and it's all about the divine feminine, about the receptivity, about reconnecting with ourselves and our inner guidance, our inner compass, the moon, which is the representation of the feminine, the mother, and it's our inner world. It's our the way we feel nurtured, our sense of emotional self-reliance, and nobody is going to do it for us, guys. We have to do it for ourselves. Like, of course there are people that we need in our lives, and we are interdependent and we are social creatures, but at the end of the day we need to know what we want, and then go and get it. And that's why even when it comes to work and how people are looking for jobs anymore, less and less people are willing to just stay in some job for their entire life just for the sake of paying bills. Like, I think the past 2-3 years and the circumstances we went through as a collective taught us that this there is no point to that. So once again, I find this interview very, very inspiring, and I highly recommend for people to find a time to watch it. It's only 45 minutes, it's not very long, but it's super inspiring. And the light that shines out of these two ladies, Elena and Jessica. I love Elena's work. I've been following her for over 2 years. Her and her husband, Alejandro, they have a community called Vibrational Revelations, which I've been part of for over 2 years now. And it's amazing the work they do, and the services they offer the world. It's beautiful, and it really helps to support people on their path, on their hero's journey, which they call it. And it's a great it's a great resource. It's a great resource towards personal growth and development. And these interviews that Elena is offering on her YouTube channel, Wholistic, they are really mind-opening, and they make you think and consider things from different perspective, which is why I'm again bringing attention on somebody else's work, because this is what we're here to do. We're here to share and learn from each other. And I haven't lived the same kind of life as somebody else did, and that's why I'm more than happy to learn from other people and to share other people's wisdom. And everybody has the choice to decide what is the truth for them. As I mentioned before, the truth is subjective. So there is universal truth, like law of attraction and law of conservation and all the other laws. They are universal truth, but everything else is subjective truth. So that's why there are all these different people presenting you with all these different points of view and their experiences, which then gives you an opportunity to create your own perception of reality and perhaps consider somebody else's point of view, which is why I love to share this material and point people in a direction of other people's work and other people's experiences, because it enriches our own experience by giving us an opportunity to expand and learn something different. And so once again, this interview I found to be a good spend of my time, which is why I'm sharing it. And I really hope that you'll go and check it out, and and find your own value in it, and hopefully find a motivation to implement some of the experience of this young lady Jessica, that she shared her own life experience, to use some of her experience into your life, everyday life, and maybe make it better, make it more meaningful. And yeah, with the letting go, it's not easy. Like, I'm experiencing that myself, that I have the understanding, the rational understanding, then in order for new things to come, and for my reality to change, to not recreate my past into the future, I have to let go of the past and create the space for the new, to not be attached to the suffering of the past, of the experience that's gone and didn't serve. But it's not easy, because we stuck in a comfort zone, and sometimes we think it's easy at the devil we know, and getting attached to things that no longer serve us. And this is what this Pluto, going through the last degrees of Capricorn and dipping its toes in Aquarius and then moving back into the Capricorn, this is going to be the theme of the year. There will be all these new energies inviting us to consider all these new opportunities and possibilities, and then there will be still the retrograde phase, when the planets will go retrograde and Pluto will go retrograde into Capricorn, and it will tell us that no, you still haven't let go, you still have to, there are things you have to purge and redefine the structure of your life, and create space for something new, so life can be more joyful, so we could be truly authentic. Because how many of us are not living our truth, are not living life based on our values because of something or someone else? And I think this year will be truly transformative. I really feel this is the year when the biggest changes will be made, because of all these planets changing signs and bringing these new energies into our forefront, into our consciousness, and materials like this interview, and a lot new information coming out, and a lot more people sharing their body of work and their experiences, is inspiring other people, that that everybody has the same options, everybody has the same opportunities, we all tapping into the same source. Like, it's never too late to change, it's never too late to start all over again. That's what I've just done. And yes, in some sense I'm still attached to my past, but I'm trying, and I'm hoping to inspire others, because the only way forward is if you keep moving. We cannot stay stagnant. So as long as there is a movement, it doesn't matter. Even if we make mistakes, we take a step back, we make a different turn, but as long as we keep moving forward and trying. So if something doesn't work, if something doesn't make us happy and it causes us suffering, then it's never late. It's never late to change it. It's never late to bring new things, new opportunities, new people into our life, new things that might bring us joy and feel a feeling of fulfillment and purpose. So I think I'll leave it at that, guys, because I just keep repeating myself, but the message is very clear, and these two ladies, they make much better job at being better articulate. So I definitely recommend you to check out the link and check out the interview. 45 minutes, everybody can spare 45 minutes, and it's definitely worth it. And I myself felt so much better after watching them. The energy, the light they are sharing, it's amazing. The frequency is very high, and it's beautiful. It's beautiful to see people living their truth, living in their authentic light, and sharing that light with others, to inspire and encourage other people to follow their own path, their own destiny. Because as I mentioned before, we all have our own individual unique piece of puzzle that creates the picture of human collective, and nobody has a copy of anybody else. So it's beautiful and unique in its own way, and that's why I offer this material and my thoughts, and I'm happy to share work of other people, because at the end of the day we are all in the same boat on the same planet, walking towards evolution of all of us. And if we can help to inspire each other, and anybody can motivate the other person, and perhaps there could be just one thing, one sentence, one video that might change somebody's life. So Yeah, why not, guys? Why not? So I'll leave it at that. Have a beautiful week, and yeah, check out the link. Please do. Much love to everyone. Bye.